Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Wendy. Today we're going to be doing a rustic Christmas tree using Dollar Tree products, and it looks like there's a lot here, but I end up not using everything. But we're first going to start with these little white trees. I would have rather had green, but I think it turned out pretty well in the end. So you can change that if you like, if you decide to try this DIY. Next, I found these fabric boxes, the storage cubes, and I was really excited because I haven't done anything in the black and red buffalo check yet. And then I got these red berries, and these are really cute because they're a little muted. They're just called branches, and they have a slight little dewy mist that's kind of laid over them to make it look like a little bit of snow or something. And I thought those were really cute. And then I have a little array of ornaments. I end up using the deer. I don't use the joy or the black one. I found this at actually Dollar General last year, and so I don't use it, but I love the buffalo check. Some pine cones are always necessary or useful, but I ended up not using that one either. And then this star for the top of my tree in the buffalo check that was also from Dollar General. And then at Dollar Tree, I found these ribbons. I still have not used this glittery black ribbon on anything yet. I really want to because it's good quality, but I do use the burlap, and I used that last year as well. I also have from my friend, she gave me a bunch of these burlap sacks, and they're not old or anything. They were actually pretty new, but I used it for another DIY and just cut it in half. This black ribbon, I don't use. The jute twine, I use that always for bows. This is a couple of pieces of styrofoam. It's not even styrofoam. It was some kind of packing something, and I just had it on hand. So you want to make sure that you save these boxes because we're going to actually use those as a lifter for the trees. So I just opened up the box. I used 2 of the stands, and you want to put those in before you make any, or start putting your trees together. I only used 2 of them because we're going to be kind of melding 2 of the trees together. So after you get those first 2 stands in, you're going to fluff your tree, and it doesn't take much because there's not very many branches on here. It's kind of like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. So once you pull those all down, then you're going to do the exact same thing to the other tree. So now that you have both trees fluffed up and ready to go, you're going to get the flat sides of each of those and put them together and kind of just shake them into each other so that the branches kind of weave in and out. And then take one of the branches at the top, one at the middle, and then one at the bottom, and wrap them around the other so that they're attached in the middle. And at the top, you're going to twist those 2 branches together as well. So now I'm going to build my little boxes, and these are 9" by 9", so they're pretty good size. You could actually use these for an organizing cube because they're that, I mean, they're not completely sturdy, but they're good quality for $1. And I take the styrofoam and just stack those up, and then the tree box I cut in half and put those together, and using some blue painter's tape I attached them both together. And then I'm going to take my tree and put a whole bunch of hot glue on the bottom and then glue it to the box. Now I'm going to take my burlap and cut it down to size, and then just gather it around the base of the tree and the box, and tie a piece of jute twine around the top area so you have some overlap. This was kind of hard to do. Anytime I'm doing something that's kind of tall, it's a little hard to see it, so I apologize for that. But just take your jute twine, wrap it around, and tie it in a knot. So I'm going to take it out of the box for now to work on it, and the first thing I'm going to do is add this cute little star as the top of the tree. And I wasn't all the way happy with how he looked, but I went ahead and made a little jute twine ribbon. This one's a little too big, so I end up making a smaller one, but this is just to show you what I did. I just folded a bunch over and then tied it with another piece, and then it became a little bow, and I snipped off the top of the ornament holder. And then I didn't like the little lines that were on there. They're actually like glue that they just made the lines with, but I thought it was cuter without it. And then I added my little jute twine bow. And then I knew I wanted to put something in the middle, so I just got in my stash and found a white button. And then you should always have thread or something going through the holes. So I just took some more of the twine and stuck it through there, and then used hot glue and put that right in the middle. So I'm going to hot glue him to the top of the tree, but I also tied him just for some more stability. So I took the excess jute twine and tied it onto the back, and then tied him to the top, and then glued the top part with hot glue. Does that make sense? So already I think he's just super cute like this if you left the branches plain, but I wanted to add some more red to make it look a little more cohesive with the box. So I just used some wire cutters and cut off a bunch of the little branches individually and just poked them in randomly. You can hot glue this to make it more stable, but I didn't. I just tucked them in there. So for the ornaments, the little deer heads, I had to do a little bit of operating and repairing because they were kind of coming apart. These are actually from last year, but they do have them again this year at Dollar Tree. And then for the front, there's that little handle that's in the front of the box, and I wanted to cover that up a little bit. So I took this Noel ornament and just using the wire cutters again, I snipped off the little ornament hanger and glue gunned him straight to the front, and pushed with my hand on the other side so that it would get a good adhesion. And here he is. Now I'm going to add some of that burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. It's not got wired rims or anything, but it's sturdy enough. It's like stiff enough that it does, keep its shape. And on this, because it's not double-sided like I usually use, you have a good side and a bad side. So to make this bow, you have to twist at every loop, and that will keep the patterned side up so that you see that and not, the backward side. You keep all those little turns and twists in between your thumb and your forefinger. And when you get to the end, you're going to actually flip it over so that the twist on the bottom at the end of the ribbon is pointed the other way. I don't know if that makes sense, but you can kind of see what I'm doing and how I'm holding it, hopefully. So once I get him all fluffed up and pretty, I'm going to attach him in the front at the bottom there and just tie the jute twine around. And so here, in case you don't have any burlap, I wanted to give you another alternative, and I just used some craft paper that I had on hand. You can actually get this from Dollar Tree as well, but just go through the same process, and you can rip the edges to kind of give it a more rustic look. And here's how they turned out, and I think that they look really cute. For some reason, my camera got them, and they kind of have a pink tinge to them. They're not pink at all. They're very white, and they're super pretty in person. And I also left one of them without any of the berries so you could see what it looked like that way as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it will motivate you to get started in your Christmas decorating. If you liked it, I would really appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I'm loving reading everybody's comments. It makes me so happy. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing by just hitting that big red button down below, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And I hope everybody has a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Bye.